Hi everyone, my name's Dan for thecreativemusician.net. Today I'm bringing you a short video just about a couple different major cable types that you'll find in the audio world and what you need to know about them. So let's get started. So before we get into any of the particular audio cable types, it's important to know the difference between a balanced and an unbalanced cable. So when it comes to unbalanced cables, there are two main components really. There's the signal wire and there's also the ground wire that are built into this one cable. The signal wire will carry the audio signal from end to end, and the ground wire will act as a buffer against interference. Unbalanced cables perform best when they're run in very short lengths, up to about 20 feet at a maximum. Otherwise, any longer than this, and you will notice you'll get additional interference. Now, when it comes to balanced cables, they function very much in a similar way as an unbalanced cable. The only major difference is that these type of cables have an additional signal wire carrying the audio from end to end. Now these cables will flip the polarity of one of the signal wires, which basically means that any noise or interference that is added to this signal will be automatically canceled out by the cable itself. That's pretty ingenious stuff. The great thing about a balanced cable is you don't have to worry about cable length as much. You can run a cable as long as 100 feet before encountering any additional noise or signal loss or interference issues. Now that's the major difference between balanced and unbalanced cables. Now it's also important to stress the difference between an audio cable and a speaker cable. So an audio cable, it's as simple as it sounds. It'll move audio from end to end. A speaker cable, on the other hand, will not only move audio, but will also carry an electric current from end to end, and they're usually used to power a speaker. Now, if we're plugging into a power amp, we're not only sending an audio current down that wire, but we're also sending an electric current with it. Now, if you plug this into a wrong input source, you're going to blow something up. So you got to be really careful with that. Now, the most popular audio cable that you've probably already seen is an XLR or microphone cable. Now, these cables will send a balanced audio signal from a microphone through to an input source. Alternatively, they can be used to send a balanced signal from a DI box or a direct injection box through into a PA system. They're also commonly used to output from a mixing desk into an active speaker system. Again, because they are a balanced cable, they can be run in lengths up to 100 feet without any worry of signal loss or interference. Now, when it comes to plugging in an instrument, be it a guitar, a bass, or a digital piano, you would commonly use what's called a 1/4-inch cable, or an instrument cable is what it's called. Now, as these are unbalanced cables, they perform best when you run them in lengths of less than 20 feet. Now, when it comes to speaker cable, you'll find that two main types of connectors are most commonly used: 1/4-inch connectors and speak-on connectors. Now, it is important to stress that speaker cable is specifically designed to carry an electrical current. If you fail to use a speaker cable where it is required, you can cause some serious and irreversible damage to your equipment. Now, if given the choice between a 1/4-inch jack or a speak-on connector when it comes to speaker cables, I would choose a speak-on connector only because there's virtually no likelihood that that cable can come unplugged, because it twists and locks into place. Now, a TRS cable, they have three main parts. You've got the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. And again, each corresponding to the signal wires on the inside as well as the ground. So no different than any balanced cable that we were discussing earlier. So if you were to take a cross-section of this TRS cable and a standard XLR cable, you would find the insides of the cable are identical. The only difference is just the connector on the end. Now, regardless of what type of cable you're using or that you need, there are a variety of different connectors. So some of them are straight, some of them come at 90-degree angles. There are a variety of different types of the same cable, so just be aware of that. It's also important to note that if you take care of your cables and you wrap them properly, make sure you don't step on the cables, you can expect a quality cable to last you 10 or more years. It all just comes down to how you look after your equipment and making sure you're protecting your investment. Now, more times than not, you're better off just spending a little bit more on cables to ensure you're getting better quality, because oftentimes if you buy cheap cables that have cheap connectors, they don't tend to last very long. They tend to break very quickly. And also the internals of the connectors can change shape and leave you with cables that drop out and aren't very consistent. Now, I hope this video has been helpful for you today. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to pop them in the comments below. My name is Dan for thecreativemusician.net. We'll see you next time.